But something that I really struggled with, Rob, during, well, my whole adult life was my weight and my health. And I yo-yoed crazily. I would lose 3 stone in like 2 months and then put 3 stone back on in a month. And that was just very, very frequent for me. And to be honest, I didn't get my health in gear really until my late 30s. And I was actually doing some voluntary work in Peru, and we went on a trek up a mountain to go and see this beautiful glacier. And the Sherpa literally had to drag me up, and I hated it, hated every second of it. Reason being was I was nearly 18 and a half stone at that point. I don't know what that is in kg anymore. I can't remember. Like
I'm starting to get used to the stone system. Yeah.
I think it's like 120 kilos. So I was well over 18 stone at the age of 38.
Wow.
And basically climbing this mountain, I wanted to take the shortcut to the bottom. To be perfectly honest with you, it was horrific. Worst physical experience of my life. But what I did was, after my trip, I came back home and decided to go to the gym. And this time I thought, right, I'm going to do it differently. Rather than kind of like cut out all the alcohol, cut out the takeaways, let's just take a slight different thought to it. So rather than cut out, I just cut down. So I still did the things I like to do, but just cut it down a little bit, and I went from 18 and a half stone at 38 to hitting my 40th birthday at the best shape of my life at 13 and a half stone. So I dropped over 5 stone in just shy of 2 years. So it was like, so 25, 30 kilos maybe.
Yeah, I think it's about 6 kilos to a stone or something thereabouts. That's a phenomenal amount of weight. Yeah. And to be honest, I had no idea. I've spoken to you a few times. That's unbelievable, man. Sorry, carry on.
Thank you. No, thank you, man. But I think the reason I mentioned that, though, is that's kind of like what kind of led me into giving triathlon a try, basically. So I wouldn't have even considered it 10 years ago. Not even close. Like the thought of running, firstly, that wasn't something I did regularly. I hadn't owned a bike for about 20 years. So hit 40 at my best shape at 41, realized I still couldn't swim. So a slightly different story to little Stu. I nearly drowned when I was about 8 or 9, just in a local swimming pool, falling around. I may have only been under the water 10 seconds. I don't know, but it felt like a lot longer, and just had this profound traumatic effect on me that I just never really wanted to go deep in the water. But go in the sea. I grew up on the Thames, go in the water regularly, but the idea of being kind of further out than being able to touch the floor, or having to swim somewhere just wasn't my thing. So 41, couldn't swim. And this is why I think that from the Unlikely Triathlete, I actually genuinely relate to that. Like that is,
you tick the box.
Like I said, 10 years ago, 38-year-old Stuart would never have been a triathlete.